Jessie here. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. For today's video, I am going to be closing out my last paycheck budget of October. I'm very excited. I have been tracking my expenses with you all week during my Morning Money Minute live streams, so that part of this puzzle is already done. I just need to categorize everything and then go ahead and go in and close out my budget. So let me move some things around here a little bit, get some of this out of the way so you guys can get a proper view. Okay, that's a little bit better. So I have my expense tracker here that I filled out with you all throughout the week. If you haven't been joining me for my Morning Money live streams or catching the replay, I highly encourage you to do that if you are interested in where all my money is going specifically. I've been doing that during those live streams. In this video, I'm just going to categorize everything. I'm not going to talk too much about the actual spending. So, like I said, if you're interested in that, go ahead and check it out. So, I have my expense tracker here. I have my highlighters. I like to use the zebra mild liners to categorize everything. It just makes it a little bit easier. I feel like I'm missing a color though. I'm missing my blue one. Here it is. I'm gonna trade this guy out. So for my bills, I use blue. For savings, I use green. For eating out, I use yellow. For groceries, I use pink. And then for spending, I use this dark purple color. So let's just go ahead and go in, start highlighting. We're gonna add things up as I go using my trusty phone calculator here. And we'll see how I did this past week. I feel like it was a relatively good week. Definitely there's some areas I could improve my budget a little bit, but overall it's not too shabby. Let's start out with bills. Every week I set aside the same amount of money for next month's bills. I make the weekly transfer when I get paid, and that is $750. So I don't need my calculator to calculate that. It's the same amount every week. I'm just gonna go ahead and write it in down here for bills. We did $750. Okay, and then for cash, AKA savings, I did $300. That is typical. At the end of the week, if I have money left over from my variable categories, sometimes I save extra. Don't really write that on an expense tracker though, because at that point the week's kind of already over and I'm moving on to the next week. But if we have money left over from our budget today, I will be putting it into short-term savings. So that is savings, and that's $300. Okay, now we get into the part where I have to calculate our variable categories. So for spending, actually in this case we just had the one transaction, so I don't need to calculate. We spent $86.46. Okay. For eating out, we had a few eating out transactions this week. So we did Five Guys for $47.36 plus little local Chinese place for $30.48 plus McDonald's for $18 for a total in eating out of $95.84. It's not bad, not over budget for the week, but I mean, as close to my budgeted amount as you can get without going over. I budget $100 for eating out a week. So we certainly aren't making any strides in eating out less, but it does lately feel like we're being more intentional with when we eat out. It's not so much a crazy hectic, like we're out of time, we need to run through the drive-thru or we're not gonna eat today. It's more of a thoughtfully planned thing. We're enjoying it more, so that does feel like a win. All right, and lastly, we have groceries. So I have $188.74 plus $22.71. for a total of $211.45 in groceries. How much do you spend per week on groceries for your family? I ask that question all the time, but I'm constantly getting new subscribers, new people watching my videos. If this is your first video that you are watching of mine, hi, welcome. I hope you will subscribe. Leave me a comment down below. Like I said, let me know what you're spending per week on groceries and the size of your family, because obviously that plays a part. All right, so now we're gonna get some totals. So we have $750 plus $300 plus $86.46 plus $95.84 plus $211.45 is a grand total of $1,443.75. And usually at this point, I'll go ahead and add up my spending, eating out, and groceries to get a feel for our variable categories. But we're gonna hold off on that for a minute, and we'll do that when I close out my budget, which we're gonna do next. All right, and here we have my paycheck budget for the week. I set this up with you all last week, and now we're just gonna go through and see how closely I stuck to my budget. So for November's bills, I budgeted $750 here under this fixed expenses category. That is what I ended up transferring, so that is perfect. And also this amount here that I set aside to make this paycheck budget happen, I did budget $1,600. That is what I actually ended up, transferring to make this work. So for fixed expenses, it was $750. I'm gonna go ahead and actually stick the actual totals in here as well as we go. So income was $1,600, fixed expenses was $750. Moving on to the variable expenses, this is the place where I have the most control over my budget. Sorry, you guys, I set my camera up a little bit different today, and I keep bumping the table with my knee because this is not my usual setup. So I do apologize for that. All right, groceries. We spent $211.45, so we came in under budget there, which is always a good thing. I don't know if groceries have gotten a little bit less expensive or if I have just gotten used to the higher prices, but I feel like I've been doing better in the grocery shopping category as of late. That noise you just heard was my computer, sorry about that. All right, for eating out, I budgeted $100 and I spent $95.84. So again, pretty much as high as I could get without going over, but that's okay because I'm in budget. One of these days I'd like to have my eating out budget be less, but we're working with what we got. All right, and then for spending, I budgeted $100. The amount I spent was $86.46. So now we will get the total. Just thought I'd leave it till now because it's more fun. Oops, so $211.45 plus $95.84 plus $86.46. That means we spent $393.75 of the $450 that I budgeted. So if I take that $450 and I subtract $393.75, we came in $56.25 under budget in variable categories, which is awesome. So that means we're gonna have some extra money here to play with when it comes to our sinking funds, which we're gonna go over next here. So for my sinking funds, this is my short-term savings. I really should change this title here to say short-term savings, but I know that that's what it is. So I have sinking funds here, which are my high priority funds, things that I wanna make sure I'm adding money to every single week. And I budgeted $200. That is what I put in there. You would have seen that cash stuffing last week. And then $100, I play savings challenge games. When I finish a savings challenge, I take that money and I move it over to my kind of lower priority funds. And that was $100. That total is $300, which you see reflected here that I transferred, or actually that I pulled out in cash. So that's that. That went as expected. And then for extra, we had that 56 and change. I'm gonna pull 50 of it in and we're gonna play some mini savings challenge games today. At the end of this video, I always like to take any extra money that I have from my variable categories and put them towards my goals, which my top priority goals right now are my short-term savings and long-term savings. So if I'm putting that money towards this, that's much better than leaving it in my account or just spending it randomly, which is what I typically would do. So I'd much rather see it go to one of my goals. All right. So that is a total of $350 saved for my sinking funds. I am so happy with myself because ever since I started doing this, I have always managed to save more than what I budget, which is awesome. I've yet to have a week since I started going back to paycheck budgeting where I didn't have at least something to put towards extra savings. Even if it was $5, I'm gonna take it. $5 is a win. All right, so for variable expenses, it was $393.75. I skipped right over this extra debt category. We still have no credit card debt. We do use credit cards, but we're using them responsibly. We're paying them off before any interest hits, so we don't have to make any extra debt payments. I do have some debts. I have a car payment, a truck payment, and a camper payment, as well as a golf cart that we are making payments on. But right now, as I mentioned, savings is my top priority. I'm not worried so much about those debt categories. I may be focusing on paying those down faster in the future, but for right now, I just want to get my savings under control. You know what I mean? So we are not making any extra debt payments. We are just paying the minimum payments on our debts currently. And those numbers are mixed in here with the next month's bills money. Okay? So for sinking funds, it was $350. And if we do some math here and we subtract what we spent from what we started with, so $1,600 minus $750, oops, $750, not $450, minus $393.75 minus $350, that leaves us with $106.25. So just a little bit more remaining than what I budgeted, which is great because that money all goes to my buffer, and any buffer money I have left over at the end of the month goes into long-term savings. So you can see I took the extra money that I didn't spend in these variable categories and I put some of it to short-term savings and some of it to long-term savings, meeting my goals. Fantastic. So that's it for the last paycheck budget of October. I feel like October was a really great financial month. I made some financial goals this month to, eat out less, to focus more on tracking my spending on a more regular basis. And I feel like I knocked those goals out of the park. I did really well. I do have some spending in my sinking funds, but I'm not going to track that in this video. I think I'm going to start tracking my sinking funds transactions just like once a month in my once a month check-in. So you will see that when I close out my sinking funds for October and get them set up for November. For now, we're going to take this extra $50 and we're going to play my mini savings challenges. Okay, so if you missed my small business cash stuffing video from last week, you're going to want to go back and watch that. I took a lot of the money that I earned from my side hustle and I finished up quite a few savings challenges, including the couple that I had here in my mini challenges that hadn't been completed. So right now I am starting out fresh with all blank savings challenges here. None of them have had any money added to them. So we are starting fresh, which is so exciting for a new month. And we're just going to go ahead and lay out my trackers here. If you've never seen me use my mini savings challenges before, I have 6 mini challenges here. There are savings challenges that just have lower amounts. Like this one's 18. I think this one's gonna save me 25. Most of them have pretty low end points. And I use a dice every week and roll, and that helps me decide which of these challenges gets a little bit of extra money, and I fund these primarily using my money that I have left over at the end of each week. So that's how that works. Let me get rid of some of these things causing shadows. So I have my 6 challenges here. I will go over each of the creators of these challenges at the end when I'm adding the money. Speaking of money, I'm gonna need that. I have those $50 extra that we allocated in this video. So let me just count it up, make sure that is what I have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. All right, so I have 50 singles here, no extra bills, no fancy denominations today, and I'm just going to roll the dice. Whatever number the dice lands on, that coordinating challenge will get 2 bills. So let's just get started. We've got a lot of rolls to get through, starting with number 2. So how are you guys doing? What are you guys most looking forward to in November? I'm going to be starting my November budget today. I'm very much looking forward to it. November is one of my favorite months. We are eking closer and closer to the holiday season, which you guys know is my favorite time of year. So yeah, let me know what you guys are most looking forward to in November. And also leave me a comment and let me know what your budget closeout for October looked like. If you finished up your budget this week like I did, were you under budget overall or over budget overall? I know that some people budget monthly, some people budget by paycheck. So let me know what method of budgeting you use and how well you did overall in October. All right, so we've got a few rolls left. I'm just gonna go ahead and speed up the rest of this, and then we will fill in our trackers. Last roll got 5. All right, so it looks like challenge 6 may have been the big winner this time around. I'm just gonna get these all put off to the side here so we can fill in our trackers. Starting with challenge number 1. This challenge is from Budgeting Mom of Girls. It's a little fall savings challenge. Looks like each of the leaves here are worth $1 or $2, and this challenge will save a total of 18. And let's see what we're starting it off with today. $1, $2, $3, $4. So I'm just gonna use my pen here and mark off 2 of these $2 leaves. So we'll mark off this one and this one. Hopefully that's dark enough. You know what? I'm changing my mind. Let me pull in a Sharpie and cross these off. So 2, 4. Budgeting Mom of Girls. I will link her channel down below, as well as all of the creators that I got these savings challenges from. A lot of these are freebies that are available on the various creators channels or Etsy shops. So definitely check them all out. If you decide to follow their videos and subscribe to them, let them know I sent you, okay? All right, so that was challenge number 1. I'm just gonna go ahead and get this put back into my binder off camera here. And we'll move on to challenge number 2. Challenge 2 is from KathyBudgets, and I have decided that each of these paint cans is gonna be worth $2, and therefore, how many paint cans do we have here? 16. So this challenge is going to save a total of $32 if my math is accurate. So let me just write that in down here. And let's see how much we're adding to it today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So each of these paint cans is worth 2. So we're going to cross off 3 of them today. 1, 2, 3. Now I know for sure that KathyBudgets, creator here on YouTube, does freebies that you can go and download and print out yourself every single week, a different freebie. So definitely check her channel out. And that is challenge number 2 complete. I love that all of the challenges got a little bit of money today. Nobody got neglected. All right, for challenge number 3, I have a little unicorn savings challenge from Candy over at Stuff and Budget. This little unicorn challenge came with a set of 3. I do believe this is the 3rd of these little unicorn challenges I've used. I love unicorns. I even have a unicorn tattoo, so it made sense for me to do this. This specific one will save $46. Hopefully you guys can see. I guess I could have zoomed you in a little bit, but and today we're getting $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6 put in here. So I definitely want to color in one of these 5s. This one is a little bit higher and has some higher numbers, and obviously I want to fill in the higher numbers as quickly as possible. So we'll color in a 5 and a 1 for a total of 6. So this little challenge is on the board now. Very exciting. Okay, and that's challenge number 3 complete. All right, for challenge number 4, looks like this one got quite a bit. It's another one from Chatty KathyBudgets. Like I said, she does freebies every week, so I love to grab them. Each of these is going to be worth $1, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 25 little sofas here, so it's going to be worth a total of $25 when it's all said and done. And today we are adding quite a bit. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, $14. We're going to color in half of these sofas. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could choose a different color and make this a little colorful. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13. Was it 14 that we said we had? I think so. Yep. Yep, 14. Boy, it's a good thing we're not playing a drinking game and taking a shot every time I color out of the lines. We'd all be wasted by the end of this. All right, so we made some great progress on this challenge from Chatty Kathy. And that is challenge number 4 complete. Since we were starting out fresh with all brand new trackers, I don't expect that we will finish any today, but it's nice to see so much progress being made. Okay, this challenge is from One Frugal Introvert. Some of these savings challenges that I have from her are worth quite a bit more. One of the ones that I just recently finished was worth over $100. This one's a little bit less. It's at $63. And this one today is going to get $1, 2, 3, 4, 5, $6. And it looks like it's all 1s and 2s. So let's color in 3 2s. 2, 4, $6. Okay, it's a great start for challenge number 5. And last but not least, we have this Baby Groot challenge from Budget with Amanda. And you guys, look at how friggin' cute Baby Groot is. So darling. Okay, and let's see how much this one got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Each of these Baby Groots is worth $2. And how many do we have here? I'm going to count this one. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. So this will save a total of $24 by the time everything's all said and done. We have 14. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So we just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these little baby Groots left. So we made huge progress on this one as well. All right, my friends, so that is all that I have for you today. We went ahead and categorized all of my spending for the week. We closed out my budget and we put a little bit of extra money into these savings challenges. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do. Give it a big thumbs up. That really helps out my channel. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not yet done so. I check in with my budget daily here, at least during the work week, in a morning money minute live stream, which is like a live stream that's 10 minutes or less. I pop on live and just track all of my spending from the previous day. I check in with my actual budget on a weekly basis in longer form videos. So if you're into budgeting, definitely you're going to want to come back. So click subscribe. And if you want even more content, bonus content, as well as budget worksheets that you can download and print, join my channel membership. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.